and safe. I hope you're doing kushti, my guy. But you lot all right, man. I feel like Martinelli is still going through the post-injury phase. I do as well, but if man are on the bench all the time, surely they're fit enough to start. I need to make timestamps because we finally got the coach in the building. I'm gonna bring him in a sec. There he is. Oh wait, let's tighten that up a bit. What are you saying, coach?
What are you saying, my brother?
There, my guy, man. We're in good spirits because we're winning and shit.
I hear you. I see you got a vest out and that. That's how you're
man.
feeling today.
No, do you know what? I was in my hoodie and I was like, you know what? I can't take this anymore. I thought I'd be kushti, man. Allow me. I'm trying to be like you, man. I see your gym snaps and that.
Yeah. Had to get that early session in, man. Start the day right.
What did you do? Leg day?
No. So basically, I've been doing a lot of classes.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I've been joining the classes, man. So it's been
Take
good
your
still.
Baby mothers, people. I told
you. nah, they're good. What's happening, man?
Yeah, bro. Obviously we're playing today. We've won a couple games. I ain't had you on for a minute, so there's a lot to speak about, man. Really.
I've been itching.
Where do you want to kick it off? You know what? Let's take it back, man. We won at the weekend. What's your thoughts on the Burnley game?
Yeah, no, 100%. I think, a win's a win at the end of the day. As long as you get those 3 points on the board, I don't care if we win 1-0, 2-1, 5-0. As long as we get the 3 points on the board. I think there were some positives to get out of the game. The likes of Odegaard stepping up. I thought that was big of him, to step up and take that free kick and put him back in the net. No worries, bro.
We were just talking about, and you spoke about Odegaard. Would you make of Odegaard potentially being a leader? Because Arteta indirectly spoke about he's a leader. Obviously, he's a captain and whatnot. He kind of led by example with the free kick. I think he had a good game in the midfield. What do you think about him being a leader or one day potentially being a captain? Because I know we look at Tierney, but you've got him, you've got Lokonga, you've got Gabriel, you've obviously got Odegaard. So where are you at with Odegaard now and etc.?
I agree with you, bro. I totally that group of players, that crop of players at the moment, it seems like there is that spine of leadership or potential of leadership qualities in terms of Odegaard. I think his CV, his track record speaks for itself. He's been a prodigy, one of the most hyped up young players. Gone to one of the biggest clubs in the world, didn't work out for him, so he's had to go through some adversity to get to where he is and still be relevant and be captain of his nation. So, he's got to have some sort of characteristics to come through those things. And I think, like one day, I could see, him being a future captain for us or wherever else he goes. But yeah, I think we've got a good young group of crop players that have got those qualities or potentially to have those qualities. Whether they'll do it, again, that's
another thing, innit?
Yeah, that's a whole next conversation to have.
Let me ask you, all right, cool. Let me ask you we can't speak about Odegaard and not talk about partnerships. Now, I don't know if it's going to happen, but for me, I think it was very good to see Partey and Odegaard together. Partey looked more like he had clarity over what his role is. I like how Odegaard, he wanted to get onto the ball consistently and he did things quickly and he did things with pace. I think that was a big reason as to why we just fared in general better against Burnley versus, I don't want to say his name, but Granit Xhaka. So what did you think of that partnership? And do you think that's something Arteta is going to roll with? And would you bring Xhaka back in for the Spurs game?
No, I personally wouldn't. Bring him back in for the Spurs game. I think with Xhaka, it's a love and hate relationship with this guy because at the end of the day, is he a good player? Yes. Is he what we need at the moment in terms of going forward in the direction? I don't think that's what we need at the moment. I feel like we need to switch it up. Could it be another situation where Arteta kind of switched it up last season against Chelsea when he brought in the young players? Could it be another thing where going forward, could we go with a Partey and Odegaard? For me, it works. Odegaard has got that the play of he plays a little bit faster than Xhaka. Xhaka's is quite relaxed. A little bit. Do you know what I'm saying? So, but I mean, going forward, I think I would stick with this at the moment because it is working. But yeah, I think Arteta loves Xhaka as well.
That love affair, innit? You bring him back
that's his boy.
He's still vice captain, and that it's not done.
Exactly. So I can't see Xhaka going anywhere anytime soon. To be honest with you.
Would you make of Ben White and Gabriel? Because obviously Ben White, he done all right, but there was them 2 moments, one that led to the pen, well, a perspective pen, and the one before that for me is like he was just too there was one incident, he was too casual. I think he got dispossessed by Barnes or something. Nothing came of it. So where you at with their partnership? Where you at with Ben White in general now?
I think, it's new. It's early days. I think they still got time to gel. Still got to learn each other's game and whatnot. I did actually, before I came online again, I actually watched the Burnley game just to kind of see again. Sometimes,
What was going on?
Once your emotions, a couple of days later or a week later, you see a bit differently. I think it worked well. It worked well where Gabriel was cleaning up and Ben White was trying to play out with the ball and things like that. However, there is times, like you said, he is casual. There is a lack of concentration at times. I think he's not used to playing with a 2 at Brighton. He used to play with a 3 at the back. So I think he's getting used to being around new players, new system. Will he come good? I hope he does. I think going forward that is going to be a partnership of Gabriel and Ben White. I do like the look of Tomiyasu at the moment.
Facts,
he's looking 30. I'm not gonna lie to you. At first, when we made the sign, I was like, I was just like, what are we doing, man? Do you know what I mean? However, it is only 2 games, so we gotta take it easy. Do you know what I mean?
Still out on everything.
Yeah, we have played against Norwich and Burnley. Do you know what I'm saying? No disrespect to them lot. So
and it was far from perfect as well.
And it was far from perfect. So
fantastic
we should
go against them, man. And we was ugly against Norwich for real.
Yeah. But I think sometimes when you are in this sort of situation, you're not the most confident. So people expect you to roll over these teams. But when you are in this moment, no, you gotta take it where it is at this present moment. We're not confident. A lot of the players are coming back. As we've seen, there's still players that are struggling to keep up with the pace, bro. We've only played 4 games in the season,
and they're looking
knackered that we played 36 games and there's 2 games left, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think we got to monitor these players, but then again, we don't have time for that. We don't have the squad to do that as well. No, we can't. So man, it's on one hand, I'm happy. Obviously we got 6 points on the boards right now, but going forward, when the real stuff start kicking in, I want to have a conversation then.
Starting against Spurs on Sunday. What did you make of the game? In fact, before I get into that game, what did you? I haven't even asked you about Ramsdale. What you made of Ramsdale? Because I think we both had question marks over him.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say like you. It's been 2 games again. I'm keen to see what these guys look like a couple of months from now, because there's going to be periods of good or bad form. But so far, distribution looks good. Collects crosses. It's something I liked with Martinez that Leno can't do. And the biggest thing, he opens his mouth. Like, he's vocal. He's on this. We've got a keeper that opens his mouth. That's for me. But as someone like myself, he was not concerned about the sign of Ramsdale, but kind of didn't really get it. Where are you at now with these 2 games?
Bro, I've got notes here. I'm moving like a journalist. Yeah,
now bring them, man. This is why
got some notes. Do you know what I'm saying? I've got some notes here. So, with the Ramsdale thing, I said he does look more assertive, especially with the crosses, and he knows the league. Do you know what I mean? Not to say that Leno doesn't. He's been here for a little while, but he knows the league. He's been in a dogfight. Do you know what I'm saying? He's been in a dogfight for
2 relegation battles, loan at AFC Wimbledon. He's been in the mud. He's been in the mud.
So he understands, like you got to work through this league. So my only concern is at the moment, like we just said, it's been Burnley, it's been Norwich. These are the teams he's used to slugging it out. How is he going to be against the Man Cities, the Man Uniteds, when we need him to be involved a little bit more? Rather than just, collecting crosses. You might have to help us with playing out from the back a little bit more. At the moment, the likes of Norwich and Burnley, they're not going to press us as much as a United would.
And there's even been shaky moments in them games there, as if I'm real. Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't want to be that person that's going to put it down or and everything, because obviously we've got 6 points so far. But just going forward, I don't want us to get to another big game and it's the same old story, which... You know what it's gonna be, DG. You know what conversations we're gonna have throughout the season.
We're gonna say the same old things that we say in every live stream. Somehow we make it. We last long talking about the same old things, just rambling like some old men. You're right, fam.
So but so far, I think there's been promising signs. There has been signs of, concern, but at the same time, like I said, they're new to the system, they're new to the club. It's going to take time for them to adapt, get used to Arteta's philosophy, whatever that is at the moment. I think he's developing, like he's got new players.
Let me ask you, do you see it building now? Because on one hand, you look at that back five to play devil's advocate, Ramsdale, there's a bit of camaraderie there. We just spoke about the centre halves. You got the right and left back. I don't know if Odegaard and Partey are going to be it, but it looks like the spine. I do see Tomiyasu being quite narrow, Tierney thriving. Obviously, when Xhaka's not quite there, I don't think Tierney's ever going to fly forward as much. But do you kind of see things building? I say that off the back of, like you said, for me, a bit of the negatives with the Burnley game. It took a fantastic goal to score in it. We didn't really do anything. We were giving the ball away cheaply. We did defend well in many aspects, but sometimes it came across as when being a bit panicky and we need to just be a bit more mature. I think it was too open in the second half and giving away a bit more chances. But with what you can see, can you see something developing with Arteta now? Or is it just kind of where you was at before the Norwich and Thingy game? The only things that's changed is the result.
Do you know what, bro? It's hard to kind of judge it at the moment. It's only been 2 games that he's actually got some of the players that he's brought in. Do you know what I mean? So we got to give the guy a time. We got to give the guy a chance where he has got his 4-11. Can we get a run of games? And then that's when we can, do you know what I mean? Start judging the guy. Yeah, right at the moment, he's got the likes of Partey. He's not fit. The likes of Saka's concerning me at the moment just because of he looks burnt out, man. It looks like he's got a lot in his mind. I don't know if it's the Euros that,
still half of them from the Euros are playing shit, bro. Like,
it's just,
and he's not even playing dead because he won.
No, he's not playing dead. No, he's not. But sometimes those touches where last season it will be sharp, it will be tidy, he'll turn on the half. Now it's like that little bit of, I don't know what it is. I don't know if he needs a break from it all or what. Does, so. I think, but again, would you drop him for the Tottenham game?
This is the wickedest thing where it's testament to Saka, but it's testament to where we are as a club. It's like, I think he needs a rest. Now, obviously, I don't play him at any capacity today, but it's like, it doesn't fill me with health moving him. I know there's a lot of excuses, the left and the right. He looks better on the right. I prefer him on the right, but I think, and you remember, many Arsenal fans used to say, what do you mean Saka on the right? He can't play on the right. It's all a left wing and all of that. I just think it's one of them. You might need to come out the side, get your marbles back, and then you go again. But again, can you really drop him against Spurs? I don't think you can. He's kind of central to what we're doing. It's like, I don't know. There's talk of pulling Aubameyang to the left, and then obviously Lacazette, whether people want to do that. You've got Pepe on the right, but I just feel Saka gives me a bit more security. I think defensively he's quite switched on. I think he's quite narrow. He gives them something to think about. The link-up plays there, and even testament to Saka, as heavy-legged as he's been, like AM's perfectly put, his average games and Smith Rowe's average games, they're still 6s out of 10s. They're still affecting the game. Certain men are doing 11s and 20s out of 10. Then when they're bad, they're terribly bad. So there's a base level. I do think we should never be in the situation where we're even talking about 2 20-year-olds. Can they be taken out of the team? Like, would you make a Smith Rowe as well? Because we focused on Saka. I just brought Smith Rowe into this.
Yeah, bro. Another one on my notes. Smith Rowe again. Someone that
real off the notes, bro.
Bro, the thing is now we have to put him in an equation where we're expecting things as much as he's young. He stepped up. He's got the 10 now. He's got that new contract. Do you know what I'm saying? He's got to take some responsibility within this young squad as well. Like for me, I think he gets in good positions. I think his finishing needs to improve. Like
same case for all these man.
Yeah, he needs to improve on that finishing, because if Aubameyang is not scoring, we need that help from the midfield, the likes of Saka, the likes of Pepe, the likes of Emile Smith Rowe, Odegaard chipping in with a few goals and assists. So I think we need to take that pressure off Aubameyang as well, because I think I truly believe he does feel the pressure. If he's not scoring, then he feels the pressure. Yeah, he knows it's going to be on him to kind of get us out of the mud. So, like I said earlier on, it was nice to see Odegaard pop up with a winner and take a little bit of pressure off Aubameyang. Yeah. So, hopefully going into the Tottenham game, Aubameyang, we've seen him do it before, scored a screamer. So fingers crossed, he can do the same again. So I went to the Chelsea and Tottenham game the other day. For me, Tottenham, bro, they just play some boring football, bro. To be honest with you,
bro. Like, listen,
it's boring, man.
I don't want to flip it, because obviously they'll turn into Barcelona against us. But we know what the thing is, bro. 3 at the back, reactive. Boom, boom, boom. It looks like, I can't lie, I don't want to go off that City game or the Brighton game like you're about to tell me, but the Brighton game with Spurs, I mean the City game with Spurs, I think they can be got at. Honestly, I think you play that same midfield that we played, we have a chance. I think you bring Xhaka, he's too slow. I just think with Spurs, you can get at them. If you just get at them and get at them and get at them, the only reason they look good is because they were, first half, they were high pressing. Chelsea couldn't get out. As soon as Kante came on and they overran that midfield, that midfield is tired, man. What? They got Højbjerg, Skip, Winks, if he's there, Ed Dele's not even the old Dele. It can be got at.
Nah.
It's just a psychological thing for me, man, with us.
No, 100%.
About the Brighton thing.
The Brighton thing. What was that? The game?
Hey, you said you went to the Brighton versus Spurs game or something.
No, Chelsea.
Chelsea,
Spurs.
Yeah, Chelsea.
I went to the Chelsea Spurs. I went. No, it's cool. I went to the Chelsea Spurs game. Just see Lukaku he didn't score, but he was just terrorizing them at the back. Yeah, bro, just terrorizing. And for me, again, it was like, we can get at Tottenham. There's nothing for them to kind of, cause us a lot. Of course, again, it's a North London derby.
You got Kane.
Form goes out the window. It's whoever turns up on the day. Kane, for me, just looked like he doesn't want to be there. Like he was just
emotions, innit?
Yeah, he was just running around everywhere. He couldn't do anything. Like Chelsea, it was men against boys, to be honest with you. So if we do come, on that tip, I don't know. We won't come on that tip. I know we won't be coming on no men versus boys stuff.
Yeah. I know, but I hear you. I fully feel what you're saying with boys.
But do you know what I mean? If we do approach the game similar to the way Chelsea did it, because we don't have the same players, but we can go at them. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, my man said Kane scored. Yeah, I wouldn't.
I mean, we all accepted Kane goal. We all accepted that, or Son gonna get a penalty or something. But we should be. I don't know. I don't want to say we should be winning it. I'm actually even more scared of Spurs because they lost their 2 games. But I want to see a performance, as you said at the start. One love for beating Burnley and Norwich, but now this is a game where I still won't get too gassed because it's not a full strength Spurs, but this is where I see some credentials now. This is where if Tomiyasu, if Ramsdale, if Ben White, Gabriel, Odegaard, this is where if you man are controlling, then it's calm. Because even last season, there were elements, we beat United, we beat Chelsea a couple times, we beat Leicester, we came back against West Ham. I don't want to see that anymore. I want to see things as a given. I want to circle back on a quick question before we carry on, you was mentioning, Saka not scoring, Smith Rowe not scoring, Aubameyang, everyone knows he's not scoring. We don't score enough goals. Every midfielder you go through, they're not scoring. Is it down to the individuals, or is it too much for a coincidence to you? Is there something Arteta is doing or not doing with his team for you?
No, bro, I think we've been in situations against Burnley. I think Pepe had a chance. Do you know what I mean? And I think Saka had a chance where it just kind of skimmed off. Aubameyang, do you know what I mean? So it's about taking those chances. Do you know what I mean? It's we might not get 100 chances in the game, but the ones that we do get, we need to be clinical. So I think there's an element of both. I think there's an element of the system, again, that comes down to the lack of players that we've got. So maybe Arteta's looking at it where he has to be a little bit more reserved. However, we do when we do get the chances, I don't think the players are being prolific enough to finish these chances.
Very shy in front of goal, man.
Yeah, I don't think we got that killer instinct. Same way, again, watching the Chelsea game, it was like, we're in front of goal. We're gonna make something out of it.
Madness today,
you know what I mean? So I think that's the difference between us. Where, again, last season the season before when we won the FA Cup, whatever Aubameyang was hitting was going in the back of the net, and everyone just kind of relied on him. Yeah, everyone just relied on him to kind of keep up that sort of form. But you know how the season goes. Everyone needs to chip in, so it can't just be one person, steering the ship.
Let me ask you this as well, because it just made me think of something. You know how you said, Aubameyang was scoring, maybe a bit of overperformance. I look at Saka and Smith Rowe in not scoring but deciding games. A bit of Tierney at left back. Do you think that the same flip token of how we're over relying on them, and you're kind of wondering how they're able to maintain that good form? Do you think there's a flip of that, and you got to go through the sort of bad form in life with that now, or do you think it's a case of they succumb to type, like everyone else is on a joke thing, so it's like my levels are kind of dropping now?
Yeah, I think again, we spoke about it before, like the likes of Tierney when he came in, it was like this is a breath of fresh air, and now it's like, well, he's going through his patch, but again, it's if you're around mediocre, you're gonna drop your levels. Do you know what I'm saying? You're gonna start acting like the people around you, like we said before. If you hang around millionaires, eventually you'll get there.
Yeah,
Do
you'll
you
get
know what I
there.
mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's a thing where I think, say for instance, if you saw a Tierney in a Chelsea setup or a Man City setup, I think people will talk about this guy and be like, you know what, he's one of the best in the country or one of the best in Europe. Same way they talk about Robertson. Do you know what I mean? So I think there's an element of that. I think there's an element of, setting the standards, which, looking at the club at the moment, we've had to let go of a lot of deadwood. We're still in the process. We've still got a manager who's still learning on the job. So it's hard to kind of say, it's down to individuals and, but at the end of the day, if you're gonna rise up, you gotta step up to the plate, man. You got the likes of Aubameyang. You've been there, you've done it before. You are a big player. Lacazette, same thing again. We need these lot to step up now and wave the flag for us, whether they do it again. Yeah, you're laughing, bro, because you know what I'm saying. We've been through this so many times. You know what I mean? But I think there is an element of that's just life for you. Do you know what I mean? There's going to be ups, there's going to be downs. Again, going back to Odegaard, it's a thing where he's bounced back many times. He's had to go on loan. He's had to face adversity where he's been one of the best young players in the world, and he's been hyped up, gone to one of the biggest clubs in the world, and to deal with that pressure to go there,
it's not easy.
You have to be a strong character. But again, he's bounced back and he's still at one of the biggest clubs in Europe. Do you know what I mean? As much as we're not where we want to be, if you look at it, he's still, he's still playing, top football.
Let's be serious.
Yeah, let's be serious. So, yeah, man.
What do you make of Arteta now? Because obviously you mentioned stuff about learning and things. Now, obviously, I'm gassing it a bit, but against Norwich, 30 odd shots. Again, he went with a more dynamic midfield. It seems like he's learning the subs to make subs earlier. For me, one thing I'm impressed by is that last season it seemed like the minute Partey was fit, boom, he's back in setbacks. Now it just looks like we're taking our time a bit with him, sort of thing. So, do you think he's learned his lessons? How do you feel about him? Like, how do you feel about him of these last 2 games and that?
Yeah, bro. Again, he's got 6 points in the bag, so you can't fault the man. He's got the job done. Will there be mistakes in the future? 100%. There'll definitely be mistakes. As again, he's still learning on the job as we're going along. But yeah, I think he's getting his team now. He's getting a team, that he's wanted. So there's no excuses now.
Excuses are running out.
Yeah, he's getting a team around him. Like, hopefully, slowly, a lot of these players that are in the injury list will come back fully fit. To be fair, who are we really missing at the moment? Lacazette still getting into fitness.
But that's the thing. Half of these guys were talking about missing, but are we really missing Lacazette? I know he presses well and things, but if we're scoring goals, it's not really relevant. Now, ifs and buts, it's not a fact. Xhaka, based on Arteta, I think Xhaka's missing him. I think all us fans are kind of done with that. So who are we missing really and truly? We had a question up there and I wanted to ask you because I'm a bit puzzled. If you drop Smith Rowe and Saka, who do you play?
That's a good one. Well,
I think you could bring in Lokonga, and I don't know for Smith Rowe, you're looking at a Martinelli or just Saka, Pepe and someone else or something. I don't know. Well,
I would have to bring Laka in and put out Aubameyang out on the left.
Something like that, yeah. Probably just cut 2 birds with 1 stone, sort of thing.
I'd have to do that if we're gonna drop them 2. But them 2 boys look like they need a break, man.
They need a break,
to be honest with you. They look burnt out, and again, they're young boys, man, and especially with Saka going away and going through what he's been through. And to be fair, we did rush him. We did rush him to come back. We had a few injuries, and you could see he wasn't fully fit, but we had to play him. So,
do you think is that on Arteta then? Because he's obviously, you need your players if he helps you. But you mentioned that I completely forgot about that. We did rush him back. Has that come back to bite us?
A little bit. I think we did rush him back, and bro, let's be real. Yeah, let's just say how it is. It's a business. Yeah, this is a results business. There is no, like, oh, I'm not feeling the best at the moment, mate. My job's on the line. Do you know what I mean?
Points. Yeah.
We need these 3 points, especially them times there. Arteta's neck was on the line.
Yeah? Chopping block.
He's thinking, boy, we'll have to cross that bridge when we get there with Saka if he feels burnt out or not. Do you know what I mean? Right now, I need you. We don't have anybody. Do you know what I mean? That's what he was. I think that's his thought process. We need you. Otherwise, who are we playing, bro? We have Balogun. Bro, no disrespect to him, but obviously we had Balogun leading the line for us first game of the season, bro.
It tells you everything.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Tells you everything.
So, for me, I think going back to it, Yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see. I think now it's where you earn your money as a manager, as a coach, where you're gonna rotate the players or manage your squad, understand who's feeling fit, who needs a break. Do you
Who's
know what I mean?
carrying
So
little knocks? Yeah, yeah.
yeah, this is the time now that you've got majority of the squad back. The ones that did come a little bit earlier, can we manage them? But again, these games come thick and fast. So we're not even in Europe. How about
Yeah.
that?
This is
And
it.
we're
We got
still
Spurs.
thinking, do you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, this is where it could go left and right for him. I think against Spurs, would I don't know. I'd have to start him, bro. We have to
I'd have
start
to
Saka.
definitely start Saka. I might
Yeah,
be open to dropping Smith Rowe, and it's not
yeah,
because of that. It's just because tactically, I think it's easier. Saka.
yeah.
I don't mind I would, for me, Partey, Lokonga, Odegaard. That's my midfield, dynamic, quickly. And you can obviously fit Smith Rowe in. Saka, I don't feel comfortable. Yeah, on one hand, you can drop him, but something is
Yeah,
just. I don't know what it is. It's just like you can't not have him in this team. There's a lot of
yeah.
things he does that I think are not really picked up on. So it is what it is. Would you say we're overcoached? Or we're being overcoached, to answer this question by PMAV?
Yeah, do you know what? I think obviously Arteta, he's so eager to showcase his skills, and there is at times where he overthinks things, and is very similar to a Pep, where it's overthought at times where it doesn't have to be.
Too
So
complicated, isn't it? Yeah.
yeah, I think there is times where we are being overcoached, and then it reflects on the players looking confused because it's like there's so much information to digest. So I think there is times where we are being overcoached, but at the same time, it's the players that we might have where Arteta feels that they need to be coached or overcoached.
Like I
Do you know
can't.
what I
I
mean?
need to keep my hand on
And
them. They're like toddlers. I can't trust you
yeah,
to go shop and come back.
do you know
Something
what I
might
mean?
happen. Yeah.
It's not like a Tuchel and he's got a Kante and a Kovacic where these are seasoned players. Like I don't need to tell you all the time. I might drop a little thing here or there, but
But you know
ultimately
several
throughout the
things.
90 minutes, I'm just here to motivate you guys. Other than that, I'm not going to be here trying to say do this and do that. We know what our game plan is. We know how
Facts.
we play, and you go out there and perform it. You're a World Cup winner, bro. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
literally. You lot
What
have
do you
been
want me to
around the
do?
block, sort of thing.
Yeah, so I think that's the difference where sometimes if you gave Arteta these type of players like the Kantes or the Lukakus, would we see a same Arteta? I don't think so. I think a lot of these players take that responsibility. Like I'm on the pitch, I've been here, I've done it. Like I don't need a manager to tell me. All we need to know is the system, how we're playing against certain teams.
Yeah. And our ambitions of the season, and we take it
Yeah,
from there.
and then we'll make our own decisions on
Or
the
what I'm
pitch,
not doing
etc.
on this pitch.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? So I think that's where it is going like to answer that question.
For us, yeah, man. I think the same thing. I think, I do think Arteta overcoaches anyways. He perfectly put it with the whole Pep Guardiola situation. I just feel there's a bit of a handbrake, and I feel I won't say it's being put down because it's only 2 games, but I feel the more he gets players in, the more he feels he can trust players. We might see a bit of what we're about on the other side. We've had 30 shots. We are attacking a bit better. I'm not happy with it. It's not quality. It's not levels. But I think a bit of that. But then at the same time, I feel at some point a reflection of the manager has to be reflected. So it's like, is this sort of pragmatic approach just something you've got in you? Because as much as I keep speaking about Pep and Wenger, you might not be anything like that. You're your old man. We just assume you're on playing football like that. You could be like David Moyes for all we know. I don't know. Like I don't know. It's just assuming stuff, really.
Hey, Moyes, he's doing all right,
Moyes is doing not with them penalty decisions
Nah,
he's making,
that he's doing some Southgate stuff there. I don't know. They must have
he
a
didn't even
meeting
learn
or
from the
something.
Southgate thing. He's even
Boy, yeah, that was like I wouldn't. Would you do that? I wouldn't do that.
No. Unless you've got Messi or someone, then no. Because he's
Because
not in the right frame of mind to take that pen. He knows last kick of the game, even for a seasoned vet like Noble, he's bugging out. He ain't got his yet. You played ball, man. So you know when you come on, you want to get the good touches, the bad touches, all of them things. He ain't done none of that. So to go against a keeper like De Gea with the pressure, and De Gea's probably read his things. It's no coincidence. Obviously, if he scored, it would have been a hero. We're not talking about this, but yeah, it's silly, man. I think you had players on the pitch that could have stepped up and just done that.
Rice, he picked up the ball, innit? He was ready to
He's on this.
like,
He's ready.
Yeah. I was surprised about that, to be honest with you. I was very, very surprised because when I was at the Tottenham game, I just heard the crowd cheering. I was thinking, what's going on? And I checked the scores, and I see Lingard scored, and then I see they missed a penalty. I was thinking that's crazy, but I didn't know he brought a Noble until I watched the highlights later on.
For me, was bugging out. Do you think we missed Xhaka against Burnley, even though we won? I have to, man.
Nah, I don't think so, man. I think it showed that we're a little bit more fluid without him in the middle of the park with Odegaard in there and Partey. Yeah, I don't think we missed him like that, to be honest with you. I think, do you know what? I think for the bigger games, I think Xhaka can offer us a little bit something different.
What do you mean? For those who don't know,
I just feel like, sometimes when we do get the ball, we need that change of play or change, like switching the play at times with the likes of Partey and Odegaard. They're not going to do that. Xhaka does that very, very
they're
well
not
for
really
us.
trying to play that crossfield pass.
Yeah, it's more so small, intricate passing, where Xhaka's more so like that deep line playmaker, if you want to call it whatever, and can spray the ball about, where a lot of the bigger teams, they'll be high press. So if we do get the ball, can we go down the channels and attack them like that? Whereas with the smaller teams, we don't really need a Xhaka in there, because
man.
they're gonna
Burnley,
drop deep. So we need more, a little bit of a, like the Odegaard, Smith Rowe, Lukonga. Can we get these players on the ball? So I think we got to just be a little bit more open minded with Xhaka, because I feel like sometimes people just criticize this guy, man. Like, I know there's moments where it's hard to defend him. You know what I mean? It's hard to defend him, because there is times where you're just like, what are you doing, bro? Like, you can't be losing.
There's a lot of emotion attached to him for me. It's like obviously I'm with you. I don't think he's a bad player. I think for me he's just got a lot of bad habits, and I don't feel you're good enough or you bring enough to the team to be playing on a regular basis. I'm more annoyed, and I think people are annoyed is because the club clearly have a love affair with him. Obviously the mistakes you made, and I feel it's harsh to say this, but in a way, it kind of symbolizes Arsenal's mistakes or our failings, because he's been here since we've been in the champs. He's not alone in it. But I think that's personally where he gets it all. And I agree with you, man. I would like someone in the team that can do what Xhaka does, but obviously he takes 10 touches. Can you do it in 5 or 2 and whatnot? So that's what I want to see. I mean, Kevin's asking, can we get a rundown of the game tonight with the coach? I'm not too sure what he means, but I'm sure he's thinking like your opinions of this Wimbledon game, anything you've got to say with that.
A win's expected. I expect a second team to come out today. Some of the players that haven't got that much game minutes, for instance, the likes of El Nene, Maitland. So I expect for us to have enough. However, Wimbledon, they do play some good football. I think they're in League One. I think they're like 4th at the moment. So they're not going to be a pushover. They're going to come and play some good football. I know the manager over there will play. He likes to play football. However, I feel we'll have enough to get over. We should have, the likes of Balogun. Can he step up? These are the games for you to come in and contribute. Do you know what I mean? Can we try and get as far as we can in this competition with the likes of the Baloguns and whatnot, for him to gain that confidence and then push on from there. Gain experience from these sort of games. But I expect us to win. Again, we're gonna have to see tonight.
Bro, I don't know, man. Like, for me, I'm not gonna lie, man. I expect it's never gonna be perfect. I would like 4-0, but I'm expecting 4-1 or something. Ideal world, Balogun get a couple, Laka get off for the score sheet. Martinelli, such as somebody else. Would like to see Charlie Patino make his debut. I know there's a lot of unnecessary hype around the guy, but would love him and a couple young players. For me, just a bit of motivation. I know it's not going to be the same team that plays Spurs, but when you're winning or struggling to win like we've done, any win helps, innit? So
momentum, man.
Yeah, like if we can get a little bit of momentum going to the Spurs thing. Spurs are playing Wolves today as well. Again, I don't know what's going to happen in their game. Sets ourselves up well, man, and then we just go tomorrow, work hard, and then Sunday, what shall be, man. Really
100%. And by the way, I invited DG to the game tonight, but you can see the work rate. He said to me, "Watch long duties, bro." Do you know what I'm saying? You got to rate the work rate, man. You got to, do you know what I'm saying? He's moving like I told you from the beginning. Kante, he's moving like Kante. Do you know what I mean? All over the pitch. No excuses. He's saying, nah, I'm not coming to that. Just shows the loyalty to the fans. You got to give it to him, people.
He's right, man. I love you guys. I did it for you lot again. I don't want praise for it, but I appreciate you lot. Zach Sarks, this guy is killing me, man. Zach Sarks. Any particular players, if they play well, throw a spanner in the works for the Spurs selection. I think he's moving about today. Me personally, I wouldn't say too much unless Balogun or Lacazette does a madness, then I'm like, yeah, all right, cool. But I can't imagine so much, because for me, I kind of think I'm picking the same team against Burnley. The only question marks, like you said, do we drop Saka? What happens with Smith Rowe? Obviously, move Aubameyang to the left, bring Laka in, maybe just drop Aubameyang full stop. It's just them sort of things for me, really. I wouldn't say anyone could throw a spanner in the work for me, really. But what about you, man?
Yeah, bro, I echo what you just said. I think in terms of if anyone was to do anything, the likes of Lacazette, if he does and even if he doesn't do a madness, if he does well and he gets a brace, or and he leads the team well tonight, if he does start, I think we'll just look at changing Smith Rowe to Laka, putting Aubameyang out wide, and putting Laka down the middle. I think that's the only thing that I would kind of change from the Burnley game. Other than that, I'll keep it the same, man. I think, do you know what it is? I think we need to get a rhythm and a consistency of a lineup. Like there's a lot of chop and changes, and we need to kind of just get that solid foundation of, you understand that this is, other than 1-2 players, changing now and again, we've got the same sort of foundation. Do you know what I mean? But then again, injuries don't help. You see in the likes of Tierney just going down again. Like you got
Partey
Partey. Well. So it's hard. I get it as well. As a manager, you want that rhythm and you want that consistency, but it's hard when you got players you're dropping down like flies every 2 minutes. Do you know what I mean? So it messes up with your preparation, and but again, this is all part of being a manager. He knows the role. Like, you're not going to get a perfect 11 every week. Do you know what I mean? So you hope for that to happen, but other than that, back to that question. Laka in for Smith Rowe.
One name that's I think both of us forgot. What about Leno?
Do you know what? I feel sorry for the guy, because he's not. It's not like this guy has done anything malicious, for the fans, or he's done anything major in games and that. Like, he's made mistakes, but
he hasn't, man.
Who hasn't? He's a goalkeeper at the end of the day. These are gonna get some sort of criticism. Like, one mistake goes into a goal. So,
either hero or villain. Simple.
It's hard. I think it's hard for Leno. I think we gotta be patient with him a little bit and just kind of see where he's at. I think obviously at the beginning of the season it showed that I think he wanted to leave. This is why we did make Ramsdale signing. Other than that, I don't think we would have made a big 30 million sign. We might have got like a Matt Ryan again, and do you know what I mean, as cover.
Johnson
but
from West Brom, who was linked
to be fair, he's decent. So I think there's clearly something going on where he doesn't feel comfortable at Arsenal. I think come January, if we can get something for him and he wants to go back to Germany, then I think we should do it, man.
That set me up perfectly. I was just about to ask you, where you just answered, would you sell him? Where are you at with the club, though? Because on one hand, obviously, Arsenal make things harder than it needs to be. But for me, you've known for a while Leno wants to bust out, right? You know Ramsdale, you're bringing him to be the number one, Either he's going to be a number 1 or 2. He's going to show the level. So you should be eyeing 1s and 2s and seeing who's level. So surely, if we're watching them from August until now, or Leno's leaving anyways, surely we can do something in Jan. Like a lot of people are talking about, Nana, I wouldn't mind it. I don't know if that's the right option for me, because you're going to have the same thing we had with Cech and Leno and Martinez and these things, and that who is the number 1 sort of thing. I hear you on the Matt Ryan thing. If that could be done in Jan, I'd be on it, but he's just moved clubs. So I don't know, man. If he moves on, do you have faith in the club bringing in a man or whatever? Like, this is the thing, like, because we need midfielders as well.
That word right there, in Arsenal, that doesn't go well. But do you know what? Man. I think we definitely need to look into the goalkeeper situation if Leno does decide to leave. Like you said, it's do you know what? I'm questioning as well. The whole deal with Ramsdale, where was that the number 1 choice? Because it was done so late. Do you know
I don't
what I mean?
know if it was the number 1 choice, but I think he was on a list of you lot are going to be my number 1. I don't think it was the Tosh they said that, he's going to be number 2 developed. I thought, or I would have hoped, sooner rather than later, we're going to see what this guy's about. So I don't know. You raised an interesting point. I might say yes, because apparently we was looking at homegrown keepers. I don't think there's a big case study of keepers we can get, but at the same time, I don't know. Does he give you first choice standard? Like, I don't know. I really don't. You never get the vibe that anyone's first or last choice with Arsenal. It might come out that he's got the same agent as Arteta, and that's why he came. All of these sort of things. I don't know, bro.
No, 100%, man. It's I'm not. The goalkeeper situation is hard to kind of judge at the moment.
It's mad, bro. What do you make of this? Laka. Eddie Nketiah look sharp off the left wing in pre-season. Do you think he might nick it there rather than up top in the future? And would you fancy him left wing tonight? I definitely not tonight and not in the future.
Not tonight. Nah, yeah, bro. You said it, bro. Nah.
I'm not.
He needs to move on, man. I think he should look at the likes of Willock. That's who's had a good time at Newcastle at the moment.
What have you made of Willock? Say to cut you, because it's like,
yeah,
I wouldn't say the hype's gone because it's not fair and the season just started. But it's like you just know he's not playing quite well because Arsenal fans are not speaking about him. If he was doing the Willock stuff, they would be bashing the club and saying, why did you sell him, etc. Have you been paying attention to what he's been doing at Newcastle?
Yeah. No, do you know what? I think Newcastle in general at the moment, I don't think they're in a good place. So I think that's I don't think that comes down to him. I think it's the club at the moment where they're not playing well. The team's not playing well. So I don't think it just comes down to him personally. I think they've had the injury of Wilson. I think, him being up top, Wilson, Willock and St. Maximum, I think he will do a lot better. Because there has been chances where he's created something, but again, the finishing hasn't been the best. They haven't really got anyone up top. St. Maximum's been doing that sort of
doing everything, innit?
False nine, and he's just doing the mad stuff that he does as well. So
it reminds me of Sunday League, man. It's just that one good player, the coaches are saying, get on the ball, do it all. Bro.
Just pass it to St. Maximum, let him do his thing.
Literally, you know him and Inshallah, literally.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I think come that for the rest of the season, I think he'll get some goals.
Would you make a Maitland now? Because obviously, I don't want to say the story's on the finish now. We'll put a line under it, but it seems like he's found a little role. You might play right back. You come off the bench, play centre mid. There's little injuries. You might be able to do a thing. Where are you at with Ainsley? Because I think against Burnley, I actually feel he came off the bench and played quite well. They were kind of being tough against us, and he was just putting a foot in, and I liked it.
That's what he does. That's what he does. He comes with that assertiveness. You know what I mean? He's not one of the players that you like. Someone can come up against and try and bully him. He's gonna stand up for himself. Do you know what I mean? But I think, and he showed as well. He stood up for himself with the whole social media stuff where he spoke out. So I think there's an element of that where he's kind of pushed himself into that recognition of, I want to play centre midfield. I've been saying it for years, but I think that that saga that happened with the whole social media stuff, I think that's kind of opened up Arteta a little bit to, giving him a little cameo on centre midfield. And like he said, we need cover at right back. I think he can do that. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't. I like Maitland-Niles. I like him as a squad player, and can get a couple run of games where we really, really need you. I like Ainsley Maitland-Niles. I think we need to utilize him a little bit more, and it looks like Arteta is going to do that this season. So no, I'm not mad with that.
To play devil's advocate, do you think it sent a bad precedent? Because obviously, we don't want to see every week someone moaning on socials. But what's to say Nelson come out and moan on socials, and then man might get my little place, or Eddie? Do you think it's a bad sort of bad scenario, or do you think it's an isolated incident that potentially had many more layers, and we just know the social thing?
I think, bit of both, bro. I think it sends a bad message to the rest of the players where, if something's not going right, you want to throw your toys out of the pram. But I think it's been a layered situation, like you just said. I think there's been times where maybe, that Wolves move where he had before, he might have wanted to go because he's going to get regular football, even though at the time he was getting something. But I'm sure it wasn't a thing where they guaranteed him first team regular football. So it could have been that. I think obviously it's been documented that he wants to play centre midfield. I'm sure there's been conversations where they've highlighted him and said, at the moment, you're not going to be able to go into that sort of role. So then it's been the thing where, well, let me go sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? If you're not going to accommodate, free me up. So let me keep it moving. Whereas they've looked at it and thought, he's a good utility player. The likes of Milner and whatnot, where he can play different positions. I'm not saying he's Milner, but I'm just saying he can play different roles.
You can be a good player within the squad.
And he can do well in positions. Do you know what I mean? So he's the same thing with Milner. He can go left back, right back, centre midfield, like wherever he's called upon, he can do a 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10 job. Do you know what I mean? So, and you don't want to lose players like that. But I just think for him, he needs to solidify a position to say, you know what, I am a centre midfielder or I am a right wing back. But I think he just wants to play that centre midfield. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he does as well. And I don't know, man, because for me, between January and the summer, I want 2 centre mids. I think we're lacking. I think you get 2 centre mids that are a bit more glamorous, and then they will be phased out. You should phase out Xhaka. I think the 2 centre mids, Lokonga and Partey, Odegaard being able to play there, Smith Rowe, I think I'm good there. You know, I think we're cool at right back. I think in the back of my mind, you know, if Ainsley's going to show he can play right back, we've got someone, or we need to look at someone else in case something happens to Tomiyasu. We just spoke about the goalie. I think you said it, and you're the one who really got it sparking when you was on here a few weeks ago, maybe even a couple months ago. It's the striker thing, man. Like, we need to look for that now. Like, that's what I'm looking at and it's not going to happen in January, but from January until the summer, that's what we need to look at, man, in my opinion.
100%, bro. 100%. I think I said it before. I know it's not a sexy signing, yeah, but Dominic Calvert-Lewin, I'll bring him in, bro.
He'll do well for us. We probably won't cross the ball to him, but we do all right.
Yeah, we'll get him, and then knowing us, we just won't start crossing the ball anymore, because I think it shows, bro. Every game, there's balls we're getting whipped in. The likes of Tierney, he does that every time consistently. So if we do get in a play like that, and have something a bit different, you know, that sort of Giroud sort of bounce player, you know, man. Do you know what I mean? We don't really have the sort of different options. If this is not working for us, then it's like, boy, we don't really have anything else. We're just gonna have to work on this. So I think bringing in something different, like a Calvert-Lewin, and, you know, someone like a target player could help us in the long term, man.
Why do you think nobody gets on the end of these crosses, though? Because you just made me wanted to ask you. It's like, you said it, Tierney puts a number of crosses in. I can't lie, I've seen it with Aubameyang, with Lacazette, with everyone. It's like no one wants to score, or nobody's reading it. And I have a hard time understanding that as Arsenal fans, because definitely under Wenger, 1-2s and third man runs is all lost. You've even seen that in a couple of build-up plays to some of the goals last season. So it's almost like, nobody. Why is it that no one wants to, you know, it's like the text has a sender, but no one wants to receive it. No one wants to put the ball in the net, bro.
I think, do you know what it is, bro? I think it's the transitioning from attack to defense. I think we've been caught out too many times in the past where, you know, going back we've struggled. Going forward, we've been all right. Do you know what I mean? We've been able to create, and I think it's that balance of understanding. Like, if we do lose the ball, is that transitioning is not as quick as you'd hope that for it to be. So I think that's why we're a little bit more reserved without putting too many players. Because when I did go over the Burnley game, there was a time, I think it was Tierney crossed it in. I can't remember who it was, but someone crossed it in, and we had like 3 players in the box against 7.
And Burnley 7 as well. That
and they're huge, do you know what I mean? They got units there as well at the back. So it's like understanding when to do this and when not to do this. But again, like I said, it's like we have one game plan. If that's not working, it's just like, well, that's all we have. So let's hope it continues. So I think that's where it is, more so the Arteta looking at it and thinking, you know what, we've been caught out too many times before in the past. So let's keep it a little bit more reserved, players outside the box. But then again, if that's going to be the case, why are we getting the ball and crossing it in if no one's going to be there?
That's what I don't.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. Like, on one hand, I have to assume what I'm seeing, considering you've been here for 2 years now. This is what you're on. But on the other hand, a part of me thinks there's no way Arteta playing under Pep with Wenger. There's no way you can look at, and just damn right, anyone who's got common sense, there's no way you can look at this squad and the way we're moving and think it's sustainable. Like, even these 2 wins, I'm not trying to be a demi-downer, but it's not sustainable. We're not going to be able to do the greasy thing like Burnley. Like, I know everybody's heart's in mouths when VAR happened. There's going to be incidences where the same thing happens, but VAR doesn't save us. Or, you know, Norwich do score where, you know, Gabriel and Cedric don't slide in and make them important things. So it's like, I still think the whole team isn't singing from the same hymn sheet. I think a lot of it is coming down to midfield. And I know we've written one conclusion with, you know, we've got Ramsdale, the back 5 is calm. I would say we kind of know who's going to play up front at this moment in time. It looks like Aubameyang, it looks like Saka. It looks like Pepe is being given opportunities, but for me, it's that midfield. It's like, you know, we've done the Xhaka and Partey thing, and I think still that's his first choice. Me personally, I would like to see Odegaard and Partey. I'm actually more for it than I was seeing it in the initial announcement and whatnot. I don't know, you know, Lokonga and Partey, I think you can get a tune out of it at least while we can't bring anyone else in, but I don't know what it is. And it's like you said, you know, you kind of want to see the same team, the same individuals, because I'm sure last season, 38 games, what's it? 38 games, we had like 37 different lineups or something like that. Now, there are injuries, but I mean, come on now, there's going to be no stability with that. And I feel again, when it comes to centre back, centre mid, you kind of want your partnership spot on. When you've got some partnerships, then you can do things like City. They might go with a Kevin and a Gundogan and switch it up, Fernandinho and Rodri. When you've got a base level of either performance or ability of player, you can do that. But it's like what you said earlier, we kind of need to go back to school, like where our knowledge isn't like with Chelsea's and that we don't understand the game. We're very naive. So, yeah, man, that's what I feel with us, bro.
Like, bro, you hit the nail on the head, bro. Like
I'm scared.
That's what it comes down to. I think again, everyone's excited that we won the first. I mean, these last 2 games, which like let's celebrate. Do you know what I mean? You can't just always look. Yeah, it's a win. We can't always just be on a Debbie Downer and just think, this is the. But we have to be realistic as well. Like when we don't want to go through the same things again. Let's tackle the issues from now. So going forward, you know, we're not coming across these again. Do you know what I mean? Or if we do, it's 100. Little tweaks here and there. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's what it is with us, man. And I think Wenger, if you want to talk, no, before that, yeah, you spoke about VAR, yeah. That incident with Ramsdale and Ben White and whatnot for the penalty, I thought that was going to go against us because VAR. They're never for us.
Never for. But I, on the live stream, I said it's 1-1. It's done nice. We've messed it up. I was gone. Like I think God touched us yesterday in that game, but I don't know how we bust that. It was mad.
And if say for instance, if it was a penalty, we finished the game 1-1. Where are you at with Arteta?
That's it. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I'm not going to be as positive, you know. Again, it'll be a bit harsh because I'm blaming individuals' mistakes, but then I have to say, well, that's your 50 million pound man, you know. That's your 30 million Ramsdale. You know, we didn't kill our chances because that's the first thought that went through my head, bro. We needed to score more. Like as Arsenal fans, we know this 1-0 to the Arsenal. Them days are gone. It's not sustainable. We don't kill off games, and I feel in that first half, Burnley were there for the taking, bro. We just didn't finish them, and that's the thing that scared me, and that's where I was looking at Arteta. And you're right, like I actually feel, that's a good question to ask me where I'm at with Arteta. I honestly don't know, because on one hand, not too much has changed because we're still in the negative. We've still got more defeats than wins. I still don't really see a system and things, but obviously, I'm going to be a bit more positive. We've got 2 wins. We've gone to Burnley and put a decent performance in comparison to how we've been. But the jury's still out. I want to see what you're on with Xhaka. Like you said, there will be games you can throw Xhaka in and do his thing. But I want to see if Xhaka walks back into this team. I want to see how this defense keeps developing. I want to see, I can't see it, but I want to know that after that Burnley game, you've pulled Ben White to the side and said, listen, bro, I like that you like playing with a ball. There's time and a place. Be a bit more switched on. Remember, you're a centre-half first and foremost. That's the sort of thing I want to see. As I said, the midfield still scares me and the attack issues are still there. And it was far from perfect win. So for me, I'm a bit healthier with Arteta. I'm feeling, I don't want to go as far as say trust process and all of that, but I'm seeing what his team, quote unquote, looks like. Like I'm seeing Tierney bombing down Tomiyasu, and that's all I want to see. But I don't know, man. Where are you at with him? I don't know. I still think I'm in the same scenario. I just feel you're doing a bit better. Like you're still, I don't know, bro.
Yeah, no, bro, same. I'm like, he's showing a little bit more of that freedom to some of the players because some players have come back. But yeah, we got after these 10 games, we got to take it in and be like, where are we actually at with this guy? What can we do going forward? Because
I need to find our games on that, man.
We need to seriously think. But again, I don't think he's going to get the sack this season, bro. If I'll be real honest with you,
I don't, because the minimum is if he just does what he's been doing in like what we've been vaguely talking about, where you can see a DNA. I think that's your only thing. I think if you get to wherever and we don't know what this Arsenal team's building blocks are, I think that's where you get the sack. I don't think your target is Europa League, Conference League, Champions League. If you can't get that, you're gone. I think the only thing that will change things, obviously, the sentiment can change. It did look like he might get the clip a few weeks ago. The results are the only thing. Obviously, if the results are really poor, you can't save yourself, bro. Like, I think that's it. So I don't think he's getting sacked at all.
No, neither do I. I think if he does get sacked, I think him and Edu need to go.
That's
not
it.
Just one, not just one or the other.
But who do you reckon goes? Because for me, I think they're not going to sack both. I think if anything, Edu will go before Arteta, bro.
I believe so as well. I agree with you. I think if anyone's gonna go, I think Edu will go first before Arteta.
All right, boom. So look at these games now to round this up now. Yeah, obviously this is the end of September, people. We know we've got Wimbledon. You know you've got Spurs. So let's count it from Spurs. Spurs all the way to October, right? Spurs at home, Brighton away, Palace at home, Villa at home. Obviously, let's skip out the cup. Leicester away. How you feeling? They're all tricky games and games where we have won times, but games where they've been scary. Where you with that fixture list and that?
Yeah, do you know what? When you break it down like that, when you look at it on paper, you're thinking there should be games that we should be winning. However, Brighton at the moment playing some really good football, high in confidence. We've gone to Brighton before. It's like we're competing with these guys at the moment. Do you know what I mean? So it's like
ex-player Welbeck might do something as well. You know how it gets.
Yeah, he's that guy at the moment. He scored again. Basuma always puts in a performance against us. Like he's always trying to impress us. So yeah, I think that game
scary. Ben White, welcome back as well.
Ben White, welcome back. So yeah, it could be a tricky one, but I expect us to win. I expect to win out of that game. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I think we should get something out of it, but I can't believe I'm saying this. A draw, bro, against Brighton away.
I'll take it, bro. Real talk. You know what it is? Because the Amex doesn't. It scares me. So does Palace at home. Palace home and away is a game in recent years scares me. I'm not really.
Vieira coming back as well.
This is what I'm saying, bro.
He's gonna want to do his thing. You know, the likes of Gallagher, Zaha is always doing dirts against us.
Exactly.
So it's gonna be again, but I expect us to win, bro. I expect a win.
You
know what I mean?
Winning. You should be winning. Like obviously Brighton are flying high. They're in form. I think they're actually top 4 in the Prem right now. Palace. Hopefully Vieira can give us some points. We got smacked against Villa last season. I hope we put that right. Like you said, it's a game we should be winning. Leicester away. Somehow we won there last year, but again, Leicester away is gazy, people. It's gazy. I'm scared of that. And then if you look at go on, bro.
Sorry, bro. Do you know what? Out of that list, I feel a little bit more confident going to Leicester. Because
this season.
One, they've been shaky, but two, they try and match us in it when we do play against them. So it's we can outplay them. But I think with other teams, they kind of they know how to rattle our feathers. You know what I mean?
That's why I'm scared of Brighton, because for me, I look at the Brighton. Sorry, people, for keep scrolling down. I want to talk about November in a sec, but Brighton, street smart, set pieces, boom, is scary. Naive team against a street smart team and Gaffer. Palace, they're just been a bit of a bogey team. Villa, I'm thinking more so about last season. I feel you, but I'm scared of Leicester. I know
100%.
They've earned that respect for me. I'm scared. They've been better than us, innit? So it's a big game for me. The same way I look at City and these teams, I might be exaggerating. I'm scared. Watford, we should be winning, but Watford's always a little booky team against us, where if we win, it's a bit shaky.
But Troy's not there no more, man.
Troy's not there, but he'll probably give the team talk about cojones and that. Like Liverpool away, sure.
Yeah, right off.
Look at November, bro. What do you reckon? Obviously, we're gonna go down to September, but October we've done it. November is Watford, Liverpool, Newcastle at home, Cristiano Ronaldo brace away. Do you see Arteta surviving this so far? Like, if things go left, it can get long, bro.
Yeah, no, after boy, I think October will be his fate. It will be his fate, like whether or not he's still gonna be here or not. Like, because that, like, going through that list, like you just said, the Brighton game's not gonna be easy. Palace game's not gonna be easy. Villa, I know we lost last season, but I don't know, man. I think we can, like, we should be beating them anyway.
See, the thing with them sort of games, it's like it's these sort of games where we might, Friday kickoff, we might just start shaky in them 10 minutes. We're 2-0 down, then it's 2-2 or it's 2-1, and we say, well, if we didn't do that in the first 10, it doesn't mean much because we haven't got 3 points. Leicester is Leicester. Obviously, God forbid, there might even be little injuries and whatnot, throwing spanners in the work. November is where I think, like you said, sorry, October, I think if Arteta P's about, he's gone. But for me, I look at this whole through end of September all the way to December. It looks gazy. There's no run of games for us. Like what? Liverpool away, Newcastle at home.
Right off.
Yeah, bro. United away. What we won there last year. Ain't won too many times. Old Trafford recent.
Arteta's got Ollie's number, bro. Ollie ain't beat him yet. I know he's talking about Ronaldo and whatnot, but boy, I don't know.
I hope that continues. And then what? We lost it. I've got no faith at Goodison Park because we lost to them last season. Southampton's a bit of again, like you said with Villa, we should be winning. But
they're not the same. They're not the same, though.
We got your local region, West Ham United.
The Hammers,
like you said, Moyes and that. Bro, Leeds.
Yeah, that.
Ellen Road last season, obviously we did well to get a point with 10 men, but it was still long for us. It scares me generally. And then obviously, provided we're still in that Carrow Road, I think that scares me. Wolves,
Yeah,
we should be winning. Yeah, bro. I honestly
yeah.
believe, I said it then. If we played Norwich, the game we just beat Norwich, the way we were, if we played at Carroll Road, I think we lose it because I think that 12th man get on top of us and whatnot. We should be winning because Norwich have been terrible, but I'm shook at them teams, especially when we're around December period where obviously if you want to stay in the league, you have to be doing something, or if you want to get a move, you need to do something. So it scares me, but you should these last 2 games, you should be winning. Now
Yeah,
January, bro, like who's to
right
say he's gonna
off,
get out the year, bro? Man's got
right
City
off.
at
Yeah.
the beginning of the year. What a way! And then you've got Spurs, you've
Oh,
got Burn.
Tottenham straight away after
This
that
is
as
what I'm
well
saying. Obviously, a lot
in
of
the
this is
league.
probably gonna change if we're in the cups and
Yeah,
all of
yeah,
these
yeah, yeah.
things. But bro, look at that. If we just stop now and go from where we was October to January, from like I said, people, these are some tough games. What from back to finish? You got Burnley, Spurs, City in January. Then what's it in December? Wolves, Norwich away, Leeds away, West Ham at home, Southampton at home, Goodison Park away. November, Old Trafford settings with United.
Yeah.
You've got to go to Anfield and Old Trafford. You've got to welcome Newcastle. I'm not gonna lie, we should be beating Newcastle, but Joe Willett might want to get a goal at the Emirates.
Might want to
Watford should be
turn
getting
up.
hyped, literally. And then I'm shook at this month. That's why I'm not even thinking too much about the others because we're approaching October, and like you said, Amex is peak, man. It's long, bro.
That's gonna be peak. I was there the other day to watch the Brighton Watford game, yeah, and yeah, atmosphere is nice there, man. Like they get behind the team.
Is it small thing? Like they're all next to each
Is
other?
yeah, it's
This is where I
quite
get scared.
intimate. Yeah, it's quite
It's
intimate.
scary.
The fans get behind the team. The atmosphere is better than Emirates. I'm sorry to say it, but it is.
No, it's not
It's
hard.
better than Emirates.
It's just
So
not hard. It's not hard.
do you know what I mean? Yeah, like you said, it's not really that hard, but they play some good football, man. They've got some
Yeah,
good
they
young
rock it still.
players. Do you know what I mean? Like Trossard, I think he's a good player. I don't think
He's
he gets
decent
that.
little techie baller.
Yeah, he's quite technical. Do you know what I mean? So we should be looking at players like that. To be honest with you, do you know what I mean? He reminds me of like an old school Haleb at times when he's getting the ball. He's quite silky on it.
Very.
Do you know what I mean? He's white. He's quite silky with it. They still got a lot to learn, but yeah, no, Brighton's good. But again, saying that, bro, we should be beating them, man. We should be going there to beat them. So,
but I don't think this club has the mentality that me and you have.
Yeah.
I think these players they're not like, yo, I'm winning that game. I don't know about you, man, but we're winning that. We're not losing that. I just think these man, any little of adversity, as you see, everything, any little bit of adversity is calm. I feel Burnley I wouldn't say Burnley was perfect against us, but definitely against Norwich, everything was set up. They were toothless. They sat back. The sun is shining. You know, everyone's got a million years on the ball. We need too many perfect variables to happen before we turn up. So, and I know half of these games, October, there's going to be injuries, suspensions, all of the, Buki ref decisions. Oh no, like there's gonna be
100%.
There's some red cards due there as well, man. Somewhere in these calendars, bro.
Knowing us, boy, yeah, 100%. But bro, quick one, yeah. What's your take on what Wenger said?
What his one about how he got clipped?
Yeah. What's your take on that?
I mean, the way he put it, there's logic. He feels like he's being judged by harsh standards, and there is logic, and he was hounded out. But on the other hand, bro, like we moved to the Emirates, you set these high standards. You were done dirty about the Kroenkes and whatnot, but I do think he's right and wrong. I think he's right in everything he's saying, but the flip side of the coin is there was no real context to what he was saying. Like I feel you did underperform. I did feel you did kind of overstay your welcome. I can't lie to you. I do think a lot of the things that we were vexed about with him, I would take a lot of it back, a lot of these things. But yeah, man, I feel he was right in what we're saying, but it's just lacking a bit of context and it's a bit of rose tints. And I mean, even if we go back in time, Emre looks a bit better at this club than Arteta at this moment in time. So I'm not sure with Wenger, man. And ultimately, it's what we know with him, bro. He led to his own demise. Like he put faith in duds. I love the guy, but he probably stayed longer than he needed to. I love him as well, but I think one thing that didn't help him is that man just lives for football. And obviously Arsenal's his baby. You look at Ferguson. I'm not going to say he don't live for football, but he's into wine. He's into horses. You can see him doing other things. You can generally only see Arsene Wenger 20 games a day in, day out. Football thing. Like I love it, but
seeing
like
20 screens and that. He's just watching bare games at once.
Anything that's on, just pre-ing it, bro. So I think they led to his demise, man. What are you saying on the Wenger thing?
Yeah, I think what he said was right. I do feel like looking back at it, it's like we was harsh towards him, but again,
without a doubt,
with the expectations, like you said, he managed to have for us. It should have been a lot better. I'm quite, I don't know. I think, do I still? Yeah. Do you know what? I'm going to say it. I think it's harsh for him not to be still around the club, like after what he's done. Do you know what I mean? After everything that he's built, I think it's quite sad to see that he hasn't got anything to do with the club whatsoever.
That's what I think is his problem for me, bro.
Do you know what I mean? I think that's what it is. Yeah,
He can't. I think he would. I agree with you. Like, I think the man needs to be his expertise. Listen, I'm not going to say he could be technical director, but I'm sure he might be able to do a bit better than Edu within that role.
100%.
There was a lot of decisions he wasn't for. Like, he was against Ozil's new deal. He was against bringing in certain other players and whatnot, and it didn't work. My problem for him is when you're so emotionally attached to this thing, are you going to make the right decisions for Arsenal or for you? And it's like, I did feel at the time we needed to find individuals that could do what he did, but they have an emotional attachment to Arsenal, but it's a business in a healthy sense. Like, with him, he might not get rid of Giroud or not get rid of El Nene, not get rid of Xhaka because he likes them. Now, these are not the best decisions for Arsenal, if you get where I'm going. So he didn't want Lacazette as well. For 3 years, he didn't want him. The club signed him. 6 months later, we go and grab Aubameyang. So there were certain things. I do think with foresight, learning from hindsight, better planning, something to do maybe with the young players, I think there's something there. I think hands on, but hands off. I don't think I need him around the training ground beyond just shaking hands and that. I wouldn't want him there, but definitely needs to be involved.
I agree with you, bro. 100%.
It's that's what I feel, man. To wrap this up, obviously, Wimbledon and Spurs. Give me score predictions, bro, so we can revert this.
Tonight, say 4-1 Spurs.
As well.
I'm going to go for a boring 2-1 to Arsenal.
I mean, I was going to pick the same thing, man. I think dirty 2-1. I think they'll get a pen. There might be a red card for us, scary, shaky game, but I can't bet against us. Today, I want 4 or 5 goals, to be fair with you. I don't think it'd be perfect, so we'll concede. So I'm going with you, man. I'm going 4-1 Wimbledon, 2-1 Spurs. So, yeah, I'll go with that, man, really. Let them know where they can find you as well, because we've just done so much waffling about Arsenal. We actually haven't, I'm going to bring your stuff up now.
No, 100%, man. Yeah, on the IG, Coach Gerald Lami. Can catch me on there. YouTube, Coach Gerald Lami. With the content, need to up the content, people. Don't worry, man. You got to get onto me. I need to start getting some things out there. But life happens, man. But 100%, there'll be more content coming out real soon. So yeah, man, that's where I'm at the moment.
All the interviews, hit me up there, people, man. He's spoken with Richard Allen. He's spoken with ex-footballers. He's spoken with people from SE Dons. He's spoken with women and males. There's all different. There's coaches. There's players. There's all different things and different insights. There's obviously more general thoughts about football. He's really good at what he does, and he asks us the questions you want to hear. He's not just asking them Sky Sports pointless things that are not helping anyone. He delves. You do a good job of. I don't know, man. I don't know how it makes sense, but you delve into the mind of these people and then obviously you flip it and you make them comfortable, man. And I'm pretty sure they've told you that to the point where they probably over talk and over drop gems and things that are not gems. So I appreciate it. Not just you, Budge, the Beautiful Game podcast, everyone, man. So look into them people and support the movement, man, and make sure you're following him on IG and obviously abuse him to the point where he's putting his own Arsenal shit on his channel.
No, 100%.
Every show.
We got things to talk about. I'm not gonna lie to you. After this, we're gonna have a conversation. Still, we're gonna have a conversation because we got some things. But we first and also we appreciate you, bro. You've been consistent. Even give a man a platform just to come here and
I didn't give no one
conversate.
A platform, bro.
Nice, bro.
Bro.
No, 100%. I get you, but you built a network. You built a platform for people to listen to what your opinions and you're bringing people along as well. So that's for me. That's what it's about, and I appreciate that. And I know everyone that's rocking with you will be with you all the way till you get to the top, man. What are you saying? Sky Sports not hollering at the moment, bro? What's going on?
Bro, I mean, Sky Sports, any of them there, bro. Shout me, bro. Shout me. If you're on Sky Sports, USPN, Eurosport, any of that, shout me.
Nah, it's coming because you've been putting in the work,
bro. We keep
100%. 100%, my guy.
But yeah, obviously, people, we're going to be back. I'm going to get him back next week. Probably, we'll talk about it. I don't want to say anything until, but, typically Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever day we'll be here. Obviously, I'm live today, people doing a watch along. Yeah, man, if you're not at the game, take that in. You got any content coming up recently or, you already plugged
Yeah. No, so yeah.
Upcoming?
Yeah, got some more podcasts coming out. Sit down conversations and whatnot real soon coming out next week. I'm trying. Do you know what I'm trying to do? The vlogs, bro. I know we spoke about it, but I've been going to games. I've been going to a lot of games.
You get too emotionally caught in actually watching
Yeah,
football,
you get.
that's why I can't do it, bro.
It's
I
a
struggle
lot,
with
man. It's a lot. But I do want to get some content out like that. Give people the experience of going to different games and. You know, I'm going from like Prem to Sunday League, bro. So
you need to,
you're getting the whole thing.
You've even dropped things like, oh, I went Brighton here. You know, people
Yeah.
be like, what the hell is he going Brighton? It would make sense, man. So give him something. For me, I struggled. I tried to do it. It's like with Arsenal, I'm too emotionally attached. Like I can't show myself while the game's going on. But we need that. I like watching it, but it's just not me. Like I can't do it, fam.
100%, my guy.
But obviously, people are gonna love and leave you. You know, I've been here for 2 hours or something. You know, he's giving me an hour and a half of his time.
I just came on as a sub.
Nah, but
as a sub.
Do you know what it is? I was gonna make a separate one, and then I thought, you know what, it might just annoy fans. So let me just stay on, invite you in. We go from there, sort of thing. So then
all good with me, my bro.
Calm. But yeah, man. We keep saying we're gonna leave people. We're out, man. All right, we're out. We're out. There's always just that attitude when defenders are being given, like